Hello, I'm starting you off in the modified hugelkultur bed. And what's in here is some tomatoes and some Swiss chard, some radishes down at the end here, and lettuce and a spaghetti squash. They seem to be doing really well. This is the new soil and it's working wonderfully. This is inside the greenhouse, and we have tomatoes all down the side, and there's cucumbers here and some tomato plants at the end, peppers, and some cantaloupe. And as you can see here, we have a couple of cucumbers. This bed behind me is what I call a traditional bed. It has squash, corn, and beans down at the end. I'm not sure about the corn. It's sort of getting its silk on it right now, and I don't know how that's going to work. So I've planted some other corn. These are the scarlet runners. They're doing wonderfully. That's after the third planting, because the first two were taken over by slugs. Here's the herb garden, and I've got horseradish at the back there and rhubarb here that is ready to have another picking. Over here we have a zucchini, some more potatoes, and celery in the middle here, and kale and another zucchini. I think that one's a summer zucchini. Here's the parsnips. I'm very excited about the parsnips. This is the first year we've had them. This is the end of the peas. And as you can see throughout the garden, I have sunflower seeds due to my birds. They went in the compost and they didn't compost. We have beets down here. That's about the fourth planting of beets, and so far those little ones right at the end are the only ones that I have. Here's the carrots, and we've been eating those, and those are lovely. And those are the shelling peas, and they're going to seed right now as well. This bed is a new one we put in last year, and this is all beans along the front here, all the way down. And in the middle, there's some beans you can see growing right up to the top of the trellis. And then I planted sweet peas and nasturtiums along the bottom for some color, little knowing that I was going to have these wonderful sunflower seeds. This is squash along the bottom here, and I'll have to look it up and I'll let you know on the blog what the squash is that I put in there. Over here, this is the potato bed. Pretty well all potatoes. We've been eating out of it. They're wonderful. Yukon Gold and the red Pontiac. And over here we have kale and Swiss chard. We have more potatoes, volunteer, sunflowers, lettuce, spinach is pretty well finished here, and more potatoes. And this is where I took the garlic out of. And I have replanted with corn. There's just little baby corns in there. Don't know if it'll grow or not, but we'll see. Here we have another set of scarlet runner beans. I'll do a post on how to create my lovely trellis here, because I'm going to do one for one of my tomato plants. But because the scarlet beans weren't going very well on the other spot, I did a new set of them, and they've just taken off and growing wonderfully. Along the bottom here is basil, and I have replanted my beets, which are finally growing, and some rutabagas in the middle, and then some lettuce off to the side there. That's a spaghetti squash, and these are black beans with sunflowers. Now this bed is sort of a sad little bed. It hasn't done much. It's got a couple of potatoes in it. We've planted some tomatoes. They really haven't done anything. And look at these cabbages. They're just so sad. This bed will have to be ripped up. Now, a couple of my beds have had the dreaded root knot is still in them. And I'm thinking this is one of the beds. So it'll eventually, we'll see what it does. There's a tomato over there on one of the plants, so we'll see what happens. Here is the strawberry bed. That's pretty well finished for this part of the year anyway. We'll probably get some more in the fall because we have some ever-bearing plants. And we have, the lavender's doing lovely in this bed. Over here we have a blueberry bed, as well as over on this side we have a blueberry bed that Rob fenced in for me to keep the birds out of. Here we have my dill, which I need to pick today and dehydrate. And over here we have the onions. Aren't they wonderful? I can't see what's on the screen, so I'm hoping that this all comes out good for you to see. Here's the blueberries. We've been picking off these for a while, and they've just been gorgeous. Here's my mason bees. I have 4 little mason bees in there. That's it. And here's another look at the greenhouse and the pepper plants down here. Here's the onions again. And now we're at the last bed, which we have some grapes here. The grapes didn't do very well in the cold last year, so we're not sure how they're going to come out. This is a Hubbard squash, so we're growing it up the grapevines. And this is all celery along the front here, and it's growing wonderfully. I'm very excited about it and looking forward to it. This is a sugar pumpkin, so it's just a small little pumpkin. We'll see how that goes. I haven't grown pumpkin before. And this one is a, what does it say on here? Butternut. So that's the butternut squash. So we have one more little grape plant there. It's not doing really well. And we had one die in the middle here. I hope you enjoyed this view of my garden, and I'll give you an update soon.